in normal viva and in interview also even the students have confusion regarding this. So that's why I repeat the statement again and again number of times that for any modulation, the properties of carrier signal is changing actually. We have for the modulation two signals, master signal and carrier signal. So always keep in mind for any modulation, the property of carrier signal is varying. Okay. We vary the property, maybe one property, maybe two property as per the instantaneous value of the master signal. So likewise in the frequency modulation, which is a type of angle modulation. Under that we have frequency and phase modulation. So we are talking about the frequency modulation. Here the frequency of carrier signal is changing. Only the frequency of the carrier signal is changing as per the instantaneous value of master signal. But so this is the intentional change, right? We want to change the frequency of the carrier signal as per the master signal. But apart from that, by default, there is variation in phase also. But that is not intentional and that is not that much linear as compared to your frequency modulation. Yes, there is some small change, but the variation in the amplitude is not allowed at all. We are not interested at all and it is not varying at all, right? So the envelope is constant. The amplitude variation is not there. So even after the modulation, the amplitude of the modulated wave is maintained same as the amplitude of the carrier signal. These are the very important line. You should remember, you should note down that three. Once again, I'm repeating that in the frequency modulation, the frequency of the carrier signal is varied according to the instantaneous value of the master signal. Along with that, little bit variation in the phase modulation phase is also observed, but there will be no change in the amplitude, and so the envelope of the frequency modulated wave is constant and it is same as the amplitude of the carrier signal, right? So amplitude of carrier signal and frequency modulated signal.
Sir, excuse me, sir, you're not audible, sir.
Okay, okay. So the same thing I was repeating, only the frequency of the carrier signal is changing as per the instantaneous value of master signal, right? So now we are going.
Sir, pardon me, again, you're not audible.
Yes, I'm actually getting disconnected. The mathematical expression you already know, it is AC, that is the amplitude of the carrier signal into cos of twice pi, cos within bracket. Actually, there is the change in the angle of the cosine signal. So cos of twice pi FCT plus beta sine twice pi FMT. So here the carrier signal of the cosine signal is going to be same, that is cos twice pi FCT plus. So there is a variation, that is original frequency there. You know, cosine signal is cos omega CT basically, where omega is twice pi f. Now here twice pi will be there, but there will be change in f, right? So it is FC, that is carrier signal, plus the change delta. Now this delta change is actually what beta sine twice pi FMT, where beta is the modulation index, frequency modulation index, that is equal to del f by fm. Fm is the frequency of the master signal, maximum frequency of the master signal if it is multi-tone signal, and del f is kf into am, where am is the amplitude of the master signal, kf is the frequency sensitivity factor, and kf into am, which is there in the numerator of the modulation index beta. I told beta equal to kf into am. So kf into am is equal to frequency deviation, and the value is same as frequency, the variation in the frequency after modulation and before modulation. That is, before modulation it is carrier signal, after modulation it is modulated signal. So whatever deviation is there, that deviation is proportional to the value. It is actually proportional to the value of the amplitude of the master signal, because as per the instantaneous value of the master signal, the variation in the frequency is observed. So obviously this will be, and the proportionality constant is kf, which is known as frequency sensitivity factor, right? So those things are known to you. So we are going to perform now. If you have any query, please ask. Lab manual so that you can have a snapshot of it and can also understand what you have to do. So we are going to perform the frequency modulated signal, right? And here the object. These are the equipments we require to perform the experiment.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Harshvardhan.
Sir, actually, we are not able to see properly, sir. It's not clear, sir. Can you just take the pics and send us, sir? Would be better if.
I'll take the snapshot and upload after the lab. Okay, so don't worry. Here, just I want to give you a feel. That's all, right? So it's okay. See, this is the overall block diagram. Okay, and we have various sections, as you can see here. The function generator. Okay, it will provide you the message signal. Vary from 0.1 to 10 kilohertz. And then we have the frequency modulator. This is nothing but the varactor, variable reactor. So the frequency can be changed as per the control signal. Okay, so this setup we are going to use. This is the expected plot. You can see the deviation in this plot, right? It will appear like this. And this is the magnified view. So here you can see all the three signals. That is, we have the carrier signal, we have the message signal, and on the basis of that, there is a variation in the carrier signal. That is the modulated one. So you can have the view of all the signals here simultaneously. It supports the Jacobian function actually. If you see the property of the Jacobian, so it will show you the same nature. And for broadband FM, actually it follows the Jacobian behavior. So we are going to see this. So you can see the input signal here. Okay, the plot and the specification. Please have a snapshot of it, of the specific.
Sir, it's not clear, sir.
ये है ना सर, ये कैरियर का फ्रीक्वेंसी है, ये आपका मैसेज सिग्नल इसमें वो नहीं कर रहा है, नेक्स्ट नहीं करेंगे.
Okay, so here we actually in this experiment we have two steps. Okay, in the first step we'll try to see the variation in the voltage with the variation in the frequency. That thing we'll try to note, and we'll make a plot like is shown here in the manual also. So we'll try to see this plot. This we have to make ourselves. Okay. this reading will have, okay, and on the basis of the reading will have this behavior that we'll have to note down. We will verify this first. Okay, don't worry, I'll give you all the statistics. Okay, and then in the next page we'll see the effect. Okay, so one by one we'll do this. So first we are going for the first portion.
carrier.
So see, this is the connection. You can see the wire is coming from here. It is going to the FM modulator section. This is the FM modulator section. You can see FM modulator. Okay. So we are using ACR03 kit. ACR03 kit, FM modulator we are having, and this is your FM modulator section. We have two options of 500 kilohertz and we have 1500 kilohertz. Two options. We have the switch here. We can select 500 or 1500. Okay, and then we can change the amplitude by varying this one. So this for change of frequency, this for change of amplitude. Okay, we'll vary here. We'll try to see the response here.
ये frequency आ रहा है starting.
So please note down the starting frequency, start frequency. We can see you have already have the snapshot, right? I told you to take, right? So here the frequency is 401.35 and amplitude is 2.29 volt, right? Okay. Now we'll vary this little bit, okay, and we'll try to see the variation. So now I'll change there and we'll show you the variation. So you can see here, I guess. Yes. Okay. Can you see the variation in the reading? And see the variation in the plot also you can see. It is because of the change of the amplitude there. Frequency and amplitude actually both are, we are varying there just to see the variation.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sir, could you please place your phone a little bit farther from the screen, sir? Would be clear.
Oh. Is it okay?
Sir, little bit at top, sir. Little bit upwards. Yes, sir. It's clear now, sir.
Okay. So see, we are varying the actually here the parameters and the effect of variation we want to see in this. Okay, this is not FM. We are just want to change the variation whether it is there or not.
carrier.
Okay, variation in the carrier we just want to know down. Right. So we have seen that by varying these, here I would like to show, by varying these knobs, we are able to check the variation here also in the response. The input and output parameter values, I'll let you know. I'll send you so that you can make the plot.
वहाँ पर ये starting कर रहा है.
See, now we'll try to check the
Minus.
response here also. You can see the variation here also. Both way, if you want to see the statistics or if you want to see the graphical view, both possible.
The value of it चल रहा है. क्या? आपका 4, 3, 2 इस तरह से रीडिंग 0 होगा. नेगेटिव से कि पॉजिटिव, जैसे ये नेगेटिव में है.
Actually, it is having the periodic behavior as we change the parameters there, especially the frequency. So we can observe the variation in the voltage. That is periodic behavior. And that thing we can see here also. That reflects graphically here also, right? So this is the first part where we have obtained that By varying the frequency, we can have variation in the magnitude. This we will use there in the demodulation. You know, I told you that we want to last class. I told you that for demodulation, this uh, what the slope circuit demodulation technique. I told you that the frequency modulated signal. Okay, so variation in the frequency with respect to the massive signal, and we want to convert the y-axis x-axis value to y-axis. That is, as per the variation in the frequency, if you want to convert it to the variation in the amplitude of the carrier signal, right? Then we require the slope circuit. So what slope circuit can do? It can convert the variation in the frequency to variation in the amplitude. So that is possible with the circuit we have just seen. Okay, we have observed. So that is one part. Now we'll see the frequency modulation. Okay, so I told you that when frequency modulation can be converted into the amplitude modulation by the slope circuit, and then by the help of the envelope detector, we can extract the massive signal back, right? So we have just seen that with the variation in the frequency, we can have variation in the amplitude, right? That is the slope circuit. Now we'll see the FM, the frequency modulation, where we'll provide the input from the massive signal and we'll try to see the variation in the frequency. That is the FM. Okay. दिखा दीजिए.
मैसेज सिग्नल है आप
Yes. Now you can see.
ये मैसेज सिग्नल ये पूरा बॉक्स आपका ये फ्रीक्वेंसी है ये एम्पलीट्यूड यहाँ से ये कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं इसको कैरियर में ये मॉड्यूलेशन इनपुट हो गया और यहाँ से आपका एफएम मिलेगा पहले इनपुट देखा दे रहे हैं
So this is the. Now we first check the input.
ये इनपुट
Right. So this is the
फ्रीक्वेंसी
massive signal. Please take the snapshot of this. Here both the specification and the graph is given. Okay. It is 12.18 kilohertz and amplitude 148.49 volt. Okay, this is the massive signal. Right. The massive signal input is here. We have provided here. You can see, and this is the jumper. If you want to see the nature of the signal, which is whether it is sinusoidal or triangular or rectangular or whatever it is, so that we can select. Okay. So this is your massive signal. We have given as input, right? Now this massive signal will provide to the FM, right? This is the control signal. And on the basis of this control signal, we have the variable reactor diode that will generate the frequency of different value depending on the input, right? So we can see the Okay, so this is the waveform we are looking for. This is your frequency modulated signal. So here we can see that you can observe that it has started with a normal sinusoidal signal as input. Now here, since we have the carrier signal and the modulated wave simultaneously, so there is no variation in the basic carrier signal, but there is a variation in the modulated signal with the variation in the massive signal. Since we have taken a regular sinusoidal input as not a signal, low frequency signal, right? So that's why we can observe the variation here, right? So here, if you see, it is since it is of very high frequency, so it is difficult to visualize actually. But you can see that we can obtain here all the three signals: the fixed carrier signal, right? That is at center line, and the low frequency massive signal whose time period is minimum. This one, the time period is minimum, and the maximum time period modulated signal FM. Okay, whose value is actually changing. The magnitude is same. You can see there is no variation in the magnitude. It is very sensitive actually. So please have a snapshot of it.
Sir, could you take the phone a little bit back, sir?
Is it okay?
Yes, sir. 1 minute, sir. Yes, 1 second.
Yes. FM, carrier, small f.
So as I told that you can see the center one is the carrier signal. Okay. Low frequency, that is high time period, is massive signal, and high frequency, that is low time period, is modulated signal. And there we'll see pulse amplitude modulation, pulse width modulation, and pulse position modulation. Rest of the things are same. The only difference here is that in place of the carrier signal, we are using the train of pulse as means we are not using the cosine signal as carrier signal. We are using train of pulse as carrier signal. Okay, so only the in the mathematical equation, if you see, only in place of cosine signal, cos of something, cos of omega ct, in place of that only we'll write the mathematical expression for the pulse signal. That's all. Rest of the thing will be same. And you know that we can write like if it is represented by some del of t, so it is summation of del of t minus small t like that. Okay, that means every this is we say f del of capital T equal to or small t will take better. Del of small t is equal to some x summation x of small t minus capital T. So that means after capital T interval of time, the structure will repeat itself. And what is that structure? That is the rectangular pulse. So that rectangular pulse will repeat itself. Now we can define it with some amplitude, that this is the amplitude and this is the pulse width, right? So that will repeat itself after the periodic interval of time. So in place of the cosine signal, we'll have to put this thing. Like if we have the amplitude modulated signal, so there we have AC1 plus KMT cos twice by FCT. So cos twice by FCT, in place of that, we'll write your del of t, where del is the train of impulse. Like it's not delta function. Del, I am telling like train of impulse, the mathematical representation, like for example, or you can take A of t or B of t or C of t, whatever it is. It is the mathematical representation of train of pulse. Likewise, in the frequency modulated signal, the analogy is your like frequency modulation. If we talk about, so what here the variation in the frequency is taking place, right? So likewise, if you talk about the change in the time scale, right? So likewise in the PM or PPM, if you talk about, so there is a change in the time scale, right? So it can be treated as the pulse position modulation because the position of pulse is actually varied, right? So anyhow, but if we talk about pulse width and pulse position modulation, so I am going to tell you some important points regarding it. If you have one pulse, so you can say that here the pulse will start from the rising edge, okay, and will have a flat top, and then it will have a your leading edge, okay. So or lagging or lagging edge and leading edge and trailing and so rising, which will rise, okay, going up, okay, and then flat top and then going down, right, like that, the structure. So in the pulse width modulation, the width of the pulse is going to change. Width of the pulse means the rising edge will be there itself where it have to be, okay, but the lagging edge, it have to change its position, okay, the falling edge I'm talking about. So rising edge will be there itself and the falling edge will change its position. So then the width will change because the first end will be at that position only and the second point will change its position. And this change, the amount of change is proportional to the instantaneous value of the master signal. Now suppose uh, u is the time period, let's say for example. So after u interval of time, new pulse will appear. For that also the rising edge will be there itself, but the falling edge will change its position as per the instantaneous value of the master signal, right? So this is pulse width modulation. Now, if you talk about the pulse position modulation, here the condition is different. Here the rising edge is changing its position. It have to start say at 1 p.m. It will start at 1.7 p.m. So this 0.7 is proportional to the maximum amplitude at that instant of time, instantaneous value of the amplitude, right? So that is the change in the position. So change in the position of which the rising is, and the falling edge will maintain its position. Yes, any query? Right? So this is the basic difference, okay? In the pulse position modulation, generally we are saying your position is changing, very true, but which edge will have to follow the value of the master signal. So for the pulse position, it is the rising edge which have to change its position, and in the pulse width modulation, it is the falling edge which changes its position. Okay, please keep in mind. Now I'll show you the manual. So you can see this is the message signal and this is the pulse amplitude modulated signal. So you can see only the amplitude is changing, right? And here one more thing you can see that we have the positive envelope. The envelope is positive. That means all the components will have positive value. However, here we have the negative signal, right? So what we do actually, we are doing the clamping operation and we'll send this signal in the positive direction. Okay, it will not like falling from positive to negative. Then in that case, it should have this type of envelope. It should have this type of envelope, right? But we don't have the negative amplitude. We should have always the positive amplitude, right? So it means what? First we do the clamping operation and then we'll do the modulation. And variation is there in the amplitude only. There is no change in the position of the pulse. Okay. Here we have the pulse width modulation. So you can see that this is the rising edge. It is there. It is at correct position. Only the falling edge is changing its position. This is the falling edge. This is the falling edge. It is changing its position. Here there is no change, right? So change is there in the rising edge. Sorry, rising edge is fixed in the falling edge for pulse width modulation. The change in the falling edge only. Whereas if we see here, this is the pulse position modulation. So the width is maintained. Only the position have changed. So width is maintained means what? The falling edge is fixed. That after start of the rising edge, after this much instant of time, I'll have to, go down. So falling edge is fixed. There is a change in the rising edge only. Here in the pulse position modulation, always there is the variation in the rising edge only. This is the block diagram what we are going to follow. So we have the function generator. Okay, that will generate your signal. Okay, 1 kilohertz, 500 hertz, 1 to 30 kilohertz. You can see the sampling frequency. So this is what? This will generate the carrier signal. And we have option 8 kilohertz and 16 kilohertz. So whether we want 8 kilohertz signal or 16 kilohertz signal. So this is the carrier signal. This is master signal. This is carrier signal. And this is the pulse amplitude modulated signal. Okay, it is same like your amplitude modulated signal. Only here we have the train of pulse as carrier. Then we have the amplifier. This is basically a high power amplifier. And then we have the filter. So this is what? This is your up to this. This is what? This is your pulse amplitude modulator. This is pulse amplitude modulator. Now the pulse amplitude modulated signal here it is generated. It is going to this is the receiver end. It is going here. Okay. And by applying simple integrator, because you know that in the sample and hold circuit we are using the integrator, which is the low pass filter actually that is capable to regenerate the signal back, right? So from the sampled version of the signal or from the amplitude modulated signal, we can regenerate the signal back by the help of this integrator. This is the most important section here in the demodulator. So fourth order low pass butterworth filter. Similarly, we have the pulse width modulator also. I'll show you the block diagram and send you there. And this is your pulse position modulator. So one by one, we'll try to perform the experiment now.
Yes.
Now you please say yes.
Sir, could you just hold the screen a little bit back from the screen of CR?
Okay. Is it okay?
So a little bit to the right.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I guess you have taken the snapshot. Now we'll try to vary the values. Here actually is not, yeah. Here it is actually, we have seen please try to observe the variation in the position. I don't know whether it is clear or not on the camera on the other side. So see, now we are varying. Please try to understand the variation. I guess you can see this is the amplified actually. So variation in the position we can obtain little bit, right? So in the simulation lab it will be more clear because in the CRO we are finding that yes. So that is how this position change is taking place. You can see. This is pulse position modulation. And PWM. So medically. Please try to observe the variation in the width. This is pulse width modulation.
Sir, could you just lower the phone a little bit?
Going
Downwards.
away. Now is it clear?
Yes. Little bit more downwards. No, sir, not like that. Right. Sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
You can observe the variation. Is it clear, visible that side? Clearly visible?
Yes, sir. Like the width is increasing and decreasing.
Yeah. There's a variation in the width by varying the message signal. Okay. So this is your PWM. So likewise, the variation is there in the properties of the pulse signal. Okay. Since it is fluorescent in color and this is daytime, so it is not so clear on the camera, I guess. I'm not sure. Anyhow, so yes, Neela ma'am want to say something, Neela ma'am?
It is clear. It is clear.
Okay, madam. PPM में भी लगा दीजिए. And this is your
Hello.
first position modulation. Yes, madam.
ये clear है.
Okay, madam. And this
पता
is
चल
first-
रहा है.
जी मैम.
Okay.
And this is first position modulation. Okay, so this is about your pulse modulation, and we have seen the FM frequency modulation also. Okay, and I'll send you the snapshot of the lab manual for better understanding. And also, Neela ma'am, I request Neela ma'am to provide you the link for the same so that you can now upload the manual. Okay, so slowly
Yes,
you try to
manual
complete.
upload.
Yes, madam.
Manual upload. We will upload the manual.
Yes.
Or
yes.
hardware. Software,
हाँ.
I think we have uploaded the manual software के लिए.
Okay, I'll check and I'll try to instruct them all to upload the hardware and the software manual. And
Yes.
you student, I advise you to now slowly try to complete your journal and try to upload on the link because then it will be, we'll also slowly evaluate your day-to-day performance, right? So, Neela ma'am.
Yes.
So
Yes.
from my side, this hardware lab is over now. And
Okay. Achha, they have taken
yeah.
the screenshot and all. Because
I told them to take, apart from that, lab manual also will provide. So,
yes, definitely.
yes, and request you to please, ma'am, create the link for this assignment link for this
Yes,
lab
yes,
journal.
yes.
Okay.
I will make, yes, all students, I will make a folder. Section A, 4 folders I will make, roll number wise. हाँ, not
A-
65 or
A1, A2,
70.
B1, B2.
Yeah, हाँ, एक ही फोल्डर नहीं होगा. हम
हाँ.
4 फोल्डर बना देंगे, 20 स्टूडेंट्स करके एक फोल्डर. I will mark roll number also in the folder. That will be easier for us also. Otherwise, in one folder, all the students will save, na, it will create problem.
It will create problem.
It will
Okay,
create problem.
student, if you have any query, please ask regarding FM and pulse modulation. If anybody have any query. And Neela ma'am, please take the attendance also.
I have taken.
Okay, ma'am.
Download already. I have downloaded. I'm telling you, all 58. I saw 58 students are there. Again, repeatedly, I'm saying those who have not registered in ERP, please registered. 61 students are 60.
Madam,
Those who have
next turn also will come here in the hardware lab, because we have completed so many experiments on the simulation. So next turn also will come to the hardware lab, and then we'll continue for the simulation.
Oh, actually, simulation only 2 experiments they have completed.
Okay. Then
And
that case,
hardware,
next
I
we'll
think
go to
3.
the
Hardware
simulation.
3.
Okay, ma'am. Then we'll go to the simulation next time. It's okay.
हाँ, अच्छा, अभी क्या सिमुलेशन कर सकते हैं? They can. Time है. Yeah, I will talk to Vibha.
That will be better, ma'am. You please discuss and let me know. Then, okay, we'll decide.
बीबा से एक बार बात कर लेते हैं.